it's Jenna. So this is for the video blog for week 12, Minimalism Pop. And the question that I'm going to answer to compare and contrast is Andy, Roy, and Jasper, how do they each represent pop culture differently? So Andy created a new type of American art, creating pieces that were objects from like real life, like commercials, like the Campbell's soup, and just everyday sorts of things, bringing the ordinary things more to life. He did stay on the basic artist trend of painting other people like the portraits, like Marilyn Monroe and Mick Jagger, but he added like a little twist to them to make it more of his own and more of his style. The way he painted is kind of almost like an advertisement. A quote from one of my sources that's linked in my real blog states, in his characteristic bold outline techniques found in his iconic paintings and sculptures like Campbell's soup cans, gold Marilyn Monroe, and Brillo boxes, he inscribed into the art world a bright neon pop art line, ABW and AAW, art before Warhol and art after Warhol. He single-handedly turned the art world upside down with his iconic works that challenge art critics to find the dividing line between commercial and fine art. So Roy is another artist who was also involved in a different than typical type of painting style. He was really fond of brightness and boldness in his work, and his work did resemble other artists like Andy. So he was accused pretty harshly of like lacking his own style and originality. But I think he did have his own style. I think it like had a little bit of twist to him. His style included comic strip art, and I think he was another big influence in the movement of pop art. A quote from one of my sources listed in my blog states about him, Roy's emphasis on methods of mechanical reproduction, particularly through his signature use of Ben-Day dots, highlighted one of the essential lessons of pop art, that all forms of communication, all messages, are filtered through codes or languages. So I think he did rely on things that were already created, but gave everything a little bit of a sense of himself to him. Jasper Johns, he also used everyday things to portray his art. He was really big on creating paintings of the American flag, and that's what I think he would be most known for, but he also did like numbers and letters and maps. I don't know if I feel like his work was necessarily pop art. Like, out of the three, I think that Andy's was the most pop art, but Jasper's was a little bit modern with like a hint of abstract. So, I don't know, he just had like a little bit of everything in his paintings. Like I said earlier, one of his most iconic paintings is the flag, and another quote from one of my sources stated, for Johns, using the flag took care of a great deal for me because I didn't have to design it. That gave me room to work on other levels. So that's what he said. He approached the flag as an object rather than a symbol. So the three artists, I think they all did have an effect on pop art and definitely kind of like took a left turn in the art community and opened a lot of doors for future artists to be a little bit more bold. So yeah, that's it for this week's video blog. In my post, I attached the flag painting by Jasper. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks. Bye.